I'm greeting everybody all over the world. My name is Brother Monli Dube, a disciple of Prophet Philippe Kako, the true prophet who is sent by the Lord our God for this generation, for our salvation. In the fulfillment of Matthew chapter 25 verse 6, Isaiah 19 verse 20 and 21. Okay, the message to enlighten us, to open our eyes in order to see the truth for our generation. Because without a prophet, there is nothing you can do. Anything that you can gather, it will be the death on the pot. Just like when Eve tried to gather some food, when Adam the prophet was not there, then what she brought, it was death. When the serpent came or approached Eve, Adam was not there. And we can see that according to Exodus chapter 32, that when Aaron was gathering the gold and formed the golden calf, the prophet Moses was not there. And we can see that according to the book of Kings, with the sons of the prophets, I think it's 2 Kings chapter 4, with the sons of the prophets who tried to gather some foods, but what they brought, it was the death on the pot, and it needed the prophet Elisha to heal that death on the pot. And so today, my topic will be about the Quran. This is directed to the Muslims. I love these people. I hate nobody. But I want to explain something. As I am saying, God has sent Prophet Kako Philippe to enlighten us. Because God does not send a religion. Moses was not a religion, but he was a prophet. Abraham was not a religion, but he was a prophet. Elijah was not a religion, but he was a prophet. Jesus of Nazareth was not a religion, but he was a prophet. God never sent a religion and never promised to send any religion. And today, to be saved, you have to follow a prophet, not a religion. And that prophet today is Prophet Kako Philippe. And this is some of the things he had revealed concerning the Quran. And I already explained to some. If could follow my Facebook page, you can see some of the things that I have posted there, trying to enlighten the Muslim, the Islamic world, to know Jehovah, to know the true God, to know the true Lord. I am not saying this for the interest of any religion, not for the interest of Christianity, or for the interest of Judaism, or for the interest of Hinduism, or for the interest of Buddhism, or any religion. But I'm saying this for the truth. So, at first, I want you to know, or let me put this question. Then all my the whole of my preaching will be the answer of this question. The question is the Quran from God, or just a fabricated book? Is the Quran from God, or is just a fabricated book? This is a question. Then I'm going to answer this question through the Bible and the Quran, and even the hadiths of the Muslims. I know that You believe that the Quran was from God. But I'm saying no, the Quran was just a fabricated book. That is why it is written according to Quran chapter 2, verse 106. Quran chapter 2, or let me say Quran 2, 106. That you can even change any revelation there. It is written that the revelations that are there can be changed anytime to put the new ones. Why could God change his revelation? Why could he change his revelation? This was just a fabricated book. And the man that fabricated it knew that there can be some mistakes that he can change anytime. That's why he was saying this. That's why there are some contradictions there in the same Quran. But I'm going to explain that later. For now, I'm going to go for the comparison between the Quran and the Bible. Because what I've understood is that you cannot have these two books at the same time and still believe that the Quran is from God. No. The only way to believe that the Quran was from God, it is to throw away the Bible, or to put away the Bible. Or the only way to believe that the Quran was from God, it is not to read the Quran, but to listen to those who are preaching the Quran. And you cannot read the Bible. After that, you convert to Islam. That's impossible. Except the only way to accept the Islamic religion, it is to be taught about Muhammad, not to read at your own. You cannot read the Bible and read the Quran and then accept it. No, it's impossible. Those who accepted the faith of the Muslims are those who were told about it, not those who read the Quran, and are those also who were born under the Muslim parents, and they grew up there until they believed that this was the truth. But you cannot read the Quran and believe that it was from God. No, that's impossible. Let me go to some comparison. When you go to Matthew chapter 10, verse 13 and 14, Jesus said to his disciples when he was sending them, wherever they go, if they are not accepted, or their gospel is not accepted, then they must shake off the dust and go and leave those people. But according to the Quran, it is written in Quran 9, verse 29 to 30, that kill those who do not accept your message. This is what written in the Quran. Quran 9, verse 29 to 30. It is written that you must kill those who do not receive or accept your message, which is contrary to which Jesus said, to what Jesus said according to Matthew 10, verse 13 and 14, that if they do not accept your message, then shake off the dust and leave them. And I remember during the week, I saw somebody posting something saying, no, the Quran does not say kill them. But this is what is written. Take your Quran and read this and tell me that what I'm saying is wrong. That's why I said you cannot read the Quran and the Bible at the same time. The only way to receive the Quran, it is to reject the Bible. The only way to receive the Quran, it is to reject the Bible. Because these books cannot go at the same time. You cannot carry them together. You cannot carry the Bible and the Quran at the same time, because there are a lot of contradictions there. The Quran is lot of some contradictions there. And I understand why when I'm preaching this message, or the brothers are preaching this message, then you challenge them, even though they are bringing some facts, because it is even written there in your Quran that challenge the unbelievers. You can even lie in order to challenge your faith. It is there in your Quran. So I will be not surprised if I am quoting the verses from the Quran, then you will challenge me, because it is written that you can lie to challenge your faith. But what kind of God is that? This God who accepts the lies, it is the devil, according to John chapter 8 verse 44, that he is the father of the liars. He is the first liar. And according to Matthew chapter 22 verse 30, this is what is written in the Bible. Then I will quote also from the Quran. In the Bible, according to Matthew chapter 22 verse 30, it is written that after the resurrection, there is no marriage. There is no marriage after the resurrection. But according to the Quran, since Muhammad was possessed with the demon of sex, he received this, or let me say, he fabricated this revelation. According to Quran chapter 9 verse 111, he said, after the resurrection in paradise, the martyrs will be given some virgins. And according to the hadiths, they even say those virgins will be 72. But then how can you believe such a thing? How can you carry the Bible and the Quran at the same time? This shows that there are a lot of contradictions there in the Quran that you carry. But still you believe that the Allah of the Quran is the same as the God of the Bible. I now understand that you do not even read your Quran. You do not even read your Bible that you carry. You are just taught about it. And also if you read according to 1 Timothy chapter 3 in the Bible, 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2 and 12, it is written that the ministers must have only one wife. But according to your Quran, it is written in Surah chapter 4 verse 3 that anybody, even any imam, can have up to 4 wives. Then how can you believe that the Allah of the Quran is the same as the God of the Bible? I'm saying this to open your eyes, you Muslims, to open your eyes, you Islamic countries, because the God of the Bible is not the same as the Allah of the Quran. And I'm saying this, the Quran was a fabricated book. It was not even from God as it is said. No. God cannot contradict himself. Except if you believe that God can contradict himself. But that's impossible. And if you read in the Bible, according to Matthew chapter 24 verse 15, it is written that after the destruction of the temple of Jerusalem, you will see an abomination standing upon the holy place. The Bible says what will be upon the holy place will be an abomination. But when you read in the Quran, according to Quran 17 verse 11, it is written that the Masjid Al-Aqsa Mosque is the sacred place. The God of the Bible says it is an abomination. But the Quran says it is a sacred place. How can God say in the Bible, what will be upon the holy place will be an abomination? Then the Allah of the Quran says it will be a sacred thing. Do you see that? The God of the Bible is not the same as the Allah of the Quran. The Allah of the Quran is contradicting the true God of the Bible. And when you read the Bible, many verses, but I'm going to take just one for now. According to Philippians chapter 2 verse 8, it is written that Jesus was crucified on the cross, was killed and crucified on the cross. But when you read your Quran, according to Quran chapter 4, Quran 4, verse 157 and 158, it is written that Jesus was never killed and was never crucified. Then how can you believe that the Quran goes together with the Bible? You see, so you cannot carry these two books at the same time. You cannot have these two gods at the same time. The God of the Bible is not the same as the Allah of the Quran. And you cannot accept the Quran and the Bible at the same time. You cannot accept the faith of the Muslims through reading the Quran, except if you are being taught. But when you go to the Quran for yourself, you will understand that this is nonsense. This does not come from God. The only way to accept the Quran or to accept the faith of the Muslim, it is to be born under the parents who are Muslims. Not to read the Quran and the Bible at your own. No, that's impossible. Except if you are wished. And when you read Numbers chapter 20 verse 8, you will see that God said to Moses, go and speak unto the rock. Then it will produce water. But according to the Quran, Quran 2 verse 6, it is written that God said, go and strike the rock. But in the Bible it's written that God said, go and speak unto the rock. But the Quran says, go and strike the rock. Then how can you believe that the Allah of the Quran is the same as the God of the Bible? You see, so let me refute, and again here in Numbers chapter 19 verse 2, it is written that the calf of the sacrifice must be a red heifer. Must be a red heifer. But when you read in the Quran, Quran 2:69, it is said that it must be a yellow heifer. The Bible says the red heifer, but the Quran says the yellow heifer. Then here Muhammad is contradicting the God of Moses, who they claim he is their foundation, or he is the one who brought the foundation of the Muslims, but he is contradicting him. And if you could see, according to the Bible is not the book of one prophet, but is the book of the books of the prophets, who are speaking one thing. Or let me say, who are puzzling their messages. It is the puzzling. But when you go to the Quran, it is the book of only one man who is contradicting all of them. But the Bible says the true testimony must be of 2 or 3 people. But the Muslim want us to believe that the Quran is the true book, but it is it is contradicting all these other prophets who are there in the Bible. Now I'm going to the Quran itself. I was comparing the Quran and the Bible. Now I'm going to the Quran itself. The Quran itself is contradicting itself. You see, the Quran is contradicting the Bible, but not the Bible only, but it is a self-contradicting book. For instance, if you go to Quran 22:47, and sorry, Quran 22:47, yes, and 32 verse 5, you'll see that it is written that one day before God is 1,000 years before man. And that's what is even written in the Bible according to 2 Peter 3 verse 8. But when you go again on the same book, the Quran 70 verse 4, it is written that before God, one day, before God, one day is one day, but before man, it's 50,000 years. You see? Quran 22 verse 7 says it's 1,000 years, but Quran 7 verse 4 it says it's 50,000 years. This is on the Quran only, in the Quran only. So, this cannot be from the true God. How can God contradict himself? This was just a fabricated book in order to conquer the world, in order to conquer people, or in order to colonize people. This was just a fabricated book. And also, if you go to Surah 7 verse 54 and Surah 10 verse 3 on the same Quran, it is written that, I'll repeat it because I want you to take your Quran. I do not know how will you challenge me except through that surah which says you can challenge the unbeliever, even lying. You can lie in order to challenge your faith. That's the only way to challenge me, but not by the truth which is written even there in your Quran. I will repeat this. In Surah chapter 7, verse 54, and 10, verse 3, and 11, verse 7, it is written that earth and the heavens were created in 6 days. Earth and the heavens were created in 6 days. Mark this. Earth and the heavens were created in 6 days. Mark this. Okay. Then in Surah chapter 41 verse 9 and 41 verse 12, it is written that earth and the heavens were created in 2 days. This is the contradiction. The other one saying 6 days, the other one is saying 2 days. Let me not stop there. Let me quote another verse. We have two days now. We have the 2 answers. 2 days and the 6 days. Also, when you go to Surah chapter 41 verse 10, it says the heavens and the earth were created in 4 days. This man tried to fabricate something that did not that he did not even know how to fabricate it. Lots of contradiction on the same book. How can Moses contradict himself? How can Prophet Kako Philippe today contradict himself? That's why it is written in his book that there is nothing that I have corrected, because I'm the true slave, and the true slave does not bother his master, but he waits for his master to speak. Then he will do what his master said he must do. But according to the Quran 2:106, it is written that the revelations will be corrected. The revelations will be substituted. And it is not only in the Surah 2:106. There are many verses there in the Quran which say so. Because he knew that what he was saying was not the truth, and somebody can challenge it, then he will change it. That's the only way to believe the Quran. It is only to leave the Bible aside, or to not read the Quran but to hear it through somebody preaching it. But you cannot go through the Quran and still believe that it was from God. No, it was just a fabricated book. And if you are a true child of God who is seeking for the truth, you must leave those satanic books that were fabricated by a wise man. He was not even wise, because a wise man can fabricate something better than this. And if you can go also to, according to Surah chapter 2 verse 29, it is written that the heavens were created first. Surah 2:29, the created the heavens were created first. Mark this: the heavens were created first, then the earth followed. The heavens were created first, then the earth followed. That's Surah 2:29. But Surah 79 verse 27 to 30 says the earth was created first, then the heavens followed. This is a self-contradicting book. Then how can this book be from Allah, the true one? How can it be from God, the true God? No, that's impossible. This was just a fabricated book by the man who was even inspired by some devil to conquer people. I cannot even call him a prophet, I just call him a commander. He was just a commander of a certain army to kill people, those who do not accept Islam. People accept Islam because they are afraid to be killed. You cannot give somebody the Quran and tell him to read it, then accept the Muslim faith. No, you will see that this is nonsense. This book is contradicting itself. And also, if you go to Surah 16 verse 4 and Surah 96 verse 2, man was created from a sperm. Man was created from a sperm. That's Surah 16 verse 4 and 96 verse 2. Mark this. Then Surah 3:59 and 15 verse 6. Man was created from clay or from the dust. Now it's not the sperm, as 16 verse 4 said. Now we have the sperm, we have the clay, we have the dust. We have three things now. Then Surah 19 verse 67 and 52 verse 35. Man was created from nothing. Is clay not a thing? Is sperm not a thing? What is this exactly? Actually, this is I don't know. What can I call it? I can just, maybe the only way to explain it is just madness. That's why, according to Genesis chapter 16 verse 12, it was said that Ishmael will be a donkey. And a donkey does not think. And donkey for the sacrifice is what for the sacrifice of the traditional healers, over the traditions of the Ethiopians. And also, when you go to Surah chapter 2 verse 132, you will see another contradiction. Surah 2 verse 132, it is written that Abraham was the first Muslim. Maybe you are shocked now. And I was shocked the first time to hear about this. I once heard about this, that Abraham was the Muslim, or Jesus was the Muslim. I was shocked. But how can Abraham be a Muslim while Islam was formed by a certain man after him? Okay, let me stand there. That was Surah 1. Surah 2, verse 132, which says Abraham was the first Muslim. And even Pharaoh is mentioned there in the Quran that he was a Muslim. But the first Muslim, it was said it was Abraham. But when you go to Surah 39 verse 12, it says Muhammad was the first man in Islamic religion, then how do you explain all this? If this book cannot be, cannot, if this book is self-contradicting, then how can it confirm the Bible? Since it is self-contradiction. Let me go to another surah. In Surah 10, verse 90 to 92, Pharaoh believed God and was saved and was never drowned with that army which followed the Israelites. Let me repeat again. It is in Surah 10, verse 90 to 92. I'm quoting the verses in order to be sure about this. It's Surah 10, verse 90 to 92. Which says Pharaoh believed in God. After seeing that those were drowned, he stood there and believed and said, truly this is the true God, and was never drowned. That's what is written in Quran 10, verse 90 to 92. But also, when you read Quran 17, verse 102 to 103, it says, Pharaoh did not believe and he was drowned. Then how do you believe this? How do you explain this? How is it possible that you believe these contradictions? Quran is a small book than the Bible. But how then is it possible that you do not understand it? I do not understand. How do you follow? How is it possible that people can follow such a book and believe that it was from God? An all-knowing God. Think twice, you Muslims. Think twice. And I'm not saying I'm better than you. Maybe I was going to be worse than you, or maybe I was worse than you. Until the Lord sent the prophet Philip Kaku. That's when my eyes were opened and saw that, no, these things are not from God. They are just fabricated truth. They are just some fabricated things. The Quran is just a fabricated book. Why am I saying this? You say you say that the Quran was revealed to Muslims through an angel Jibril. Okay. But does the Quran say Jibril was from Allah? Or it was Khadija who assumed that that angel must be Jibril that angel must be from Allah? Okay, tell me. And also, if you think it was an angel Jibril that brought the message to Muhammad, okay, then explain this. You say it was an angel that brought the message to Muhammad. Okay, explain then for me Surah 2 verse 33. How will you explain it? Because it says it was Adam, a man, who explained the revelations to the angels. That's written in Quran chapter 2:33. 2 verse 33. It says it was Adam who taught the angels the revelations. Then how is it possible now that it is an angel who is telling a man? While it is, according to 2 verse 33, it is a man who is telling the angel. Or you mean Muhammad was telling Jibril what to do? I do not understand all those things. How do you believe all those things? And they are there in your Quran. But now I understand your Quran than you, because you do not even read it. You are just taught about it. And you do not understand it because you are taught it in other language. You are taught it in Arabic. And even there in Arabic, the Quran now is having 30 versions. There are 30 versions or more than 30 versions of Quran in Arabic. So it means Jibril, that angel Jibril, brought 30 versions to Muhammad. You must open your eyes and stop fighting for the interest of your religion, but fight for the truth. Fight for the truth. How can you believe such things? Besides that, let me go back also in the Bible. In the Bible, according to the book of Moses, I know you believe that Moses was from God. According to the book of Moses, Deuteronomy 22 verse 5, it is written that no man shall wear a garment of a woman or a woman clothing, and no woman must wear the garment or the clothing of a man. That's written there in the Bible, in the book of Moses. But according to the hadiths, Muhammad used to wear the women clothing, even those that were not of his wives. Maybe if let me say, if he wore some garments of the pattern of a woman, maybe it was going to be bad. But he was taking a garment of a woman, of the garment with an honor, and wears it. It is written, for instance, in Sahih al-Bukhari 2442, it's written that, do not blame me when the revelations do not come, when I'm wearing the clothes of some women, except the one of Aisha. It does not say when I'm wearing the garment of my wives, but of other women. You see, he was wearing the garment of other women. How can a man wear a garment of a woman and then you believe that he was from God? You see, so the Quran does not go together with the Bible. The Allah of the Quran is not the God of the Bible. I challenge all the Muslims to show me that the God of the Bible is the same as the Allah of the Quran. It's not there. It's not there only on Sahih al-Bukhari 2442 that this is written. Even also in Sahih Muslim 4415, it's written that Abu Bakr requested permission to visit the Prophet. And he found the Prophet wearing the garment of Aisha. He was even wearing the garment of a 9-year-old child. He was even a rapist, because he raped this man. How can you marry a 6-year-old child? Because he took her when she was 6 years, and then he married her when she was 9 years. And I know that you say, because I saw this post during the week, that the Boko Haram, they are not Muslims. But I say the Boko Haram are doing what is even there on the Quran. It's there on the Quran. For instance, in Quran 9, verse 29 to 30, it's written that kill those who do not accept the Islam faith. When you say Boko Haram is not following the Islamic religion, but they are following the Quran. But when you continue challenging me and quoting some verses, I will understand also that the Quran is contradicting itself. That's why you got the verse that says they are not following the Quran, and I also got the verse which says they are following the Quran. And I will also understand that because it is written in the Quran that challenge the unbelievers even with lies. You can even lie when challenging your faith. There are many verses in the hadiths which says Muhammad used to wear the garments of women and the one of Aisha. But I'm not going to take long because I don't want you to be bored, but I want you to be saved. And the only way today to be saved, it is not to seek for a better religion. God never sent a religion. God never promised to send a religion. Adam was not a religion. Abraham was not a religion. Moses was not a religion. They were prophets. And do not seek for a better holy book, because Moses was not a book but a prophet. Do not seek for the holy book. Sorry, do not seek for the better holy book. For instance, do not seek for the Harper or for the Puranas or for a Bhagavad Gita or for a holy Quran, for a holy Bible, but seek for the prophet of your time, because God never lent his people through a book, but it was always through a prophet. Abraham was not a book, but he was a prophet. Jesus was not a book, but he was a prophet. And today, Kaku Philippe is not a book, but he is the Rasul. And he is also your Rasul. And there are a lot of Muslims who have received this message, and now they are glad. Thank you very much. You can even download his book, because that's where his message is. He is preaching today. He is alive today. And his message is alive today. So, you can download his app on Play Store or on Apple Store. You just type Prophet Philippe Kaku official or Prophet Philippe Kaku or classic. Even the language that you love too much, that you even pray with, the Arabic is also there in that app. You can download it and read it in your own language. After downloading it, you do not need data to read it. You can even listen. If you do not want to read, you can even listen to the preachings. Thank you very much. You can even text me on here and ask some questions if you got some questions or for some more information, or even go to my WhatsApp. Just WhatsApp me on this number, +27 619 177 117. I will repeat again, +27 619 177 117. Thank you. I love you. Thanks.